This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSP TV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, the B Street Band is the premier Bruce Springsteen tribute band, and soon they'll be performing on Wyoming Street in Hazleton. See what connects them to Hazleton and Chicago Cubs manager Joe Maddon. Good evening and thank you for joining us at FYI. I'm Ken Karen. I'm very happy to bring you tonight's information from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. The investigation continues into a fatal fire in Hazleton last month. Investigators and firefighters returned to the scene today at 104 East Mine Street. The March 9th blaze claimed the life of 58-year-old Gordon Wanzer and injured two others. Hazleton Police Chief Jerry Spezial told FYI today that this is an active investigation. He says Hazleton detectives and the fire department are working in collaboration with the Luzerne County District Attorney's Office, the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, and the Pennsylvania State Police Fire Marshal. The chief says that a life was lost and this is a very serious situation. A company whose name is synonymous with the manufacture of fire trucks in our area has been sold. Kovach Mobile Equipment has been sold to Rev Group of Orlando, Florida. KME has manufactured fire trucks, tankers, and other heavy-duty vehicles in Nesquehoning for 70 years. State Senator John Udechak reacted to the news saying, quote, Rev Group, a $2 billion privately owned company, is a proven job creator, and their expansion into Carbon County will certainly add great value to the manufacturing landscape in Pennsylvania, unquote. The Route 924 bridge south of Shenandoah was closed yesterday morning due to structural problems. A work crew discovered the issue on what is known as the Gold Star Bridge. The bridge is in the process of being replaced. Engineers will evaluate the latest problem and determine whether the bridge can be reopened. A major concert event will take place in Hazleton. The B Street Band, a tribute to the boss, the original Springsteen tribute band, will perform on Saturday, April 23rd at the Wiltsey Center for the Performing Arts on Wyoming Street in Hazleton. The concert is a benefit for the Hazleton One Community Center. Our Lisa Sugart sat down with the band's founder, Will Forte, a Hazleton native who has strong ties with the man behind the community center, Joe Maddon.
We want to know how you got to this point of playing here, because Carmine told me, Joe's sister said, you have to talk to him about growing up in Hazleton with Joe Maddon. You guys were friends since the age of 9.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Listen, Hazleton, Joe Maddon and I, and Jeff Jones, another friend of ours, we wouldn't have traded our upbringing for anything in the world. I mean, Hazleton made such an impression on us between the sports, the music influence, the personalities, the ethnic combinations of people that grew up here. It was a wonderful place. No matter what success we've had after high school, we would never trade the years here. Our friendship, Joe and I, that bonded through sports and through going to school in the same age and being almost inseparable in a lot of ways, made us realize that we'll always be a part of this community, and any time that we can do something that will help solve problems or help the kids actually be able to communicate and share a little bit of the good stuff that we had when we were young, it's worth doing.
Well, the B Street Band is the original Bruce Springsteen tribute band. And you told me you didn't even know who Bruce Springsteen was, but you found out because of Joe Maddon.
Joe Maddon, who had some unique musical taste back there, and Karen Carpenter, Herb Albert, you know, we weren't going to listen to anything that he suggested to listen to back in those 8-track days, but he did pop out this 8-track one day, and he said, this was in high school, and he said, your band should do this music. This guy's going to be big someday. He's from New Jersey, and he put in this 8-track of Bruce Springsteen's While on the East Street Shuffle, and that moment was a very that was special to me, because it kind of dictated what the rest of my life would be for 40 years after that, you know. So even though Joe can't claim all of the success, he did introduce the music to me.
People are going to want to come out in the droves for this, because this is going to be a reunion for everybody for a great cause.
I'm asking the classes from 1966 through 1979 of all those people of the great classes that graduated from the high school to support this event. We owe it to this city, and you're going to have a great time. and I'm hoping to see you there. And if I can, I'd just like to say one word. My mom, Irene, who is recuperating and is 94 years old, I'm hoping that you get better and I can bring you to the high school that night. Love you, Mom.
Oh, that is so nicely said.
Thank you.
We just met, but I feel like I know you my whole life. So this is going to be
That's what my sisters say.
this is going to be a really fabulous event. Yeah. We have all the details coming up, and Kenny has a ticket giveaway for you as well. So hey, you have a chance to win tickets. So listen up.
You know what? I've decided not to give the tickets away. I'm just messing around, everyone. I don't have that power. Grab your phones. Call us now at 570-459-9813, extension 104. Leave us your name and phone number, and we will draw one lucky viewer's name at random to win a pair of tickets to see two pairs of tickets to see the B Street Band on April 23rd at the Wiltsey Center. Two viewers will win a pair of tickets to get it in. Told you I do not have any power whatsoever. Coming up next on FYI, we have part 2 about an anti-bullying presentation created by students that turn heads at the Hazleton Area Academy of Sciences. And in sports, it's the return of the FYI Fast Lane. I talk with NASCAR and local racing's motorsport journalist, Dino Alberto.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSP TV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
The Children's Service Center of Wyoming Valley and Brandon's Forever Home have teamed up for a special adoption event. The Spring Adoption Match event will take place on Saturday, June 4th from 1 to 3 p.m. at Brandon's Forever Home, 187 North Church Street in Hazleton. Those already approved to adopt can meet in person with children who are available for adoption. For more information or to RSVP, call 570-825-6425.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Hunt chased tornadoes in the movie Twister. I finally gave up and shot the clouds. So let's say it was mostly cloudy, at least in the morning. Sun did come out in the afternoon. Now to our local forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, partly cloudy. Our low will be 29 degrees, northwest wind around 9 miles per hour. We will definitely see the sun over the next few days. Wednesday will be sunny with a high near 51 degrees. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, low of 31. On Thursday, once again sunny with a high of 57. Thursday night is clear and cool with a low of 33 degrees. Friday, sunny with a high near 59. Friday night, again mostly clear with a low of 37. On Saturday, it's the Blue-White game in University Park, and it'll be warm there. And back home, sunny with a high near 61. Saturday night, mostly clear with a low of 41 degrees.
FYI recently told you about an anti-bullying program that was put together by students at the Hazleton Area Academy of Sciences, also known as the STEM School. I'm pleased to be joined by the organizer of that event, Frankie Sirach, a junior at the school, and two of his classmates, also juniors. I have Lady Romaldo with me and Natalie Reba. Thank you, girls, and Frankie, for being here. Just a brief synopsis. You're hoping that this message goes on further. You put together this presentation, a PowerPoint and a speech that 7 students participated in, and you're getting what type of feedback from it?
You know, we're getting feedback that I never expected. You know, as we gave the presentation only at the STEM school, we all saw tears in the eyes, and, you know, the teachers and students came up and really appreciated the message that we provided. And, you know, it really went further than, you know, we expected. But, you know, now that we see how much, you know, how much kids appreciate it and how much they look forward to the bullying aspects of our presentation, we can say how much further it can go. So that's what we basically were looking forward to.
They basically got comfort out of it because they knew they weren't alone, that other people had experienced it as well. Lady, what was your part in this presentation? What was the message that you gave to the students?
Throughout the presentation, I talked about basically how it affects people emotionally and how emotionally deteriorating it can be for an individual if they are bullied for a long period of time. And the message that I wanted everyone to understand was that it does hurt people. It hurts them emotionally just as it does physically, and that basically you just have to treat everyone how you would like to be treated and to respect everyone around you.
Very nicely said. Natalie, your part in the program, what was your message to the students?
Well, while we're growing up through elementary school and middle school, a lot of what we're taught is the informational part of bullying, like statistics and just facts, rather than looking at it from a more so personal standpoint, like how it affects each and every one of us and our own personal stories. And I think that's what made this presentation so just shocking to people, because they more so were so used to seeing facts rather than seeing, oh my gosh, my friend from my chemistry class, this happened to her. I just can't believe it. She's so nice.
So would you hope to take this onto younger students so that you could prevent it before it even gets to the older levels?
Oh, yes. I hope that, with approval from the school board and everything, we can hopefully take this program and teach young children to treat everyone how you would like to be treated. It's the old mantra that everyone's always learned, but it's true. You should respect everyone just as you would like to be respected, and I think that's going to help at least lower the amount of people who feel bullied or who feel harassed by someone.
Well, I know that you said you would like to take it through other schools if the Hazleton Area School Board gives approval to that. And if they would, we'll let you know about that. Last words, Frankie, for our viewers out there, if anybody is being bullied, what's the message you want to give to them now that you have the camera right there?
You know, one of the best things that I've learned through this presentation is be yourself, be you. And, in a lot of cases, those people that are themselves go a lot further than they ever expected. And I think that's really important.
Well, 3 great students from the Hazleton Area Academy of Sciences. Congratulations on the good work and keep it up. And if their story develops even further, we will, of course, bring it to you here on FYI.
Thank you once again, Lisa. All right, lottery time on FYI. It's your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers on the green screen. Pick 2, 1, 9, pick 3, 282, pick 4, 5, 4, 9, 8, and pick 5, 4, 2, 7, 6, 3. When we come back on FYI, it's the FYI Fast Lane with motorsport journalist Dino Alberto.
Laurel Mall is known for great shopping, but it's also known for great information and services like the upcoming health fair. I'm pleased to be joined by Rocco Aruzo, who is the Marketing and Business Development Manager here at the Laurel Mall. This is a really popular event. Many people come out for the health fair.
Yeah, you're right, Lisa, and this is an annual event that we do with Heritage Hills. It's their Heritage Hills Health Fair. They're going to be here this coming week, Wednesday, April 13th from 8 a.m. to 12 noon. And yeah, it provides a lot of information for the seniors in the area. So it is a very good event.
They do some services as well, like I believe they do some testing in that people can come out for.
Yeah, they do blood pressure. They do several other testing, that blood work, and things that they need, that the people, they take the temperature, their blood pressure. Yeah, they do a lot to help them.
We've come out and covered it for many years, and I know people say often they can't afford to go to the doctor or they don't have a doctor, so they count on this. So this is vital to the community.
Yes, it is, and you touched on it, that people can't afford it sometimes. So this is something that Heritage Hills provides for the people, and that does save them the worry and how people worry as they get up older in age with their blood pressure and things of that nature. So it is a big help. And one thing I want to mention too, while they're here, that same week, it's National Social Security Sign-Up Week. So we are going to have a representative from Social Security here the same day, same hours, in Center Court to provide any Social Security information that the seniors may need also, or the person that's ready to retire.
All right, so great information taking place at the Laurel Mall. Be sure to stop on by. It is a very popular event, and if you need information, this is the place to be at the Laurel Mall.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
Welcome back to Life in the FYI Fast Lane. Dino Alberto, local motorsport journalist, is back with us. Award-winning local motorsport journalist. Still throw that in there. And Dino, it's election season in Pennsylvania. You told me a story right before we went on air that you saw Donald Trump at Nazareth at an IndyCar race. Did you get to, meet him, or did you take a picture or anything?
No, I did not. But I did run into him back in the 90s when Nazareth was hosting the IndyCar series at the time, and he was there kind of hobnobbing around with all the big shots there. Of course, he had his hands in some sponsorship deals that were going on there, so he came in from New York City for the day, and not that they made a big deal about it, but yeah, he was there, and so he has some racing ties.
Well, Dino, I'm not going to ask you who you think's going to win the election, but Kyle Busch getting another victory in NASCAR recently, and you made a prediction already coming for Pocono. You think this might be his big year in Long Pond.
I was mentioning to you before we went on the air here that Pocono is one of, we're down to 2 tracks, I believe now, that he has not won a race at, no matter what, whether it's the trucks, Xfinity, or in the Sprint Cup Series. And I think this is the year that comes off the bucket list, because the Xfinity Series is coming there for the first time in June as part of that weekend. And I would not be the least bit surprised that he gets it done right off the bat there on the Xfinity race. And then tries to double it up, of course, with the Sprint Cup Series, because he's really on top of his game right now and proving why he is the champion.
Now, this past weekend, Dino, I did read that a pit mistake cost Carl Edwards really big in the race in Texas. And I wanted to not highlight the mistake so much, but it really illustrated to me how much of a team sport this really is. There's a lot riding on everyone from top to bottom.
I'm not sure if everybody realizes it sitting at home. They talk about are they or are they not athletes, and I will say that, yeah, I think these guys, they're pit crews, they are 100% athletes. They have personal trainers on all of these teams now. They go through a rigorous workout throughout the week. Those pit crews are specifically assigned just to those cars, where in years past these guys were the mechanics, they were the truck drivers, they were everything all together, but now they hire these crew members specifically for that. So they do a lot of it. It's precise. It's right down to the second, and they have that time. So every second of every time they come into a pit for a stop, it means the difference between winning and losing, just like it does on a football field or on a baseball field or in the basketball court. So it all correlates together in that sense.
Never thought of that, too. Those guys being in such good shape and having to do things so fast, working with a lot of equipment down there. Now, locally, the racing season, Dino, underway. You wrote a big article in the Standard Speaker about Big Diamond, and you have a big-time event coming to the Mahoning Valley Speedway in just a short while, on April 23rd.
Yeah, we're really excited about that down at Mahoning Valley Speedway, April 23rd. We actually were supposed to be racing that show. It's the Race of Champions, Sunoco Race of Champions Tour that's coming to town for the first time since 2007. Kenny, I've never seen the hype being generated for such an event, something local here that has for this Race of Champions, known as the ROC, coming to our area. April 23rd, it's going to be for all intent and purposes, it should be a smash hit. It's the first event of this touring series. It's going to be a major event for our guys who run the modifieds, for some of the guys who run up here at Evergreen, and locally, we're expecting drivers to be coming in from New Jersey, from Wall Stadium, and Long Island, and it's just such an amazing input.
So mark that on your calendar. Dino, last thing I want to ask you, why is it so big? For people who might not be familiar with Race of Champions, you said there's a lot of history to this event and there's a lot of talented drivers in it.
The Race of Champions, per se, began as a single event. Back in 1951, it was an end-of-the-year event that used to be staged at the old Langhorne 1 Mile Speedway. It was a dirt track and eventually became paved. But it used to draw all of the track champions from everywhere, from Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, Maryland. They would get upwards of 100 or so cars just to get into this field. They put up a great purse, and it just grew and grew, and it became one of the most popular events going. As a matter of fact, if you look back to 1951, when that race started, it was a 100-lap race, and it eventually grew to 150, 200 laps. It's the second longest running race continually in terms of longevity, next to only the Indianapolis 500. Now, they still run the Race of Champions, the 200. It's now a 250-lap race up at Oswego. Over the years, it has gone from Langhorne, it moved to Pocono, it ran on the 2.5-mile track, it ran on the old 3/4-mile track, and then it went to Flemington, and now at its new home since around 2000, 2002, it's been up there in upstate New York. They also have begun a Race of Champions tour on both asphalt and dirt. They come to our region. They've been to Selinsgrove. Unfortunately, that race was postponed.
There's a lot of exciting things going on. Life is always good in the FYI Fast Lane with Dino Alberto, who could talk about everything from Donald Trump to personal trainers to, of course, racing. Happy Wing Night. It's Wing Night at Bottlenecks. Get $2 off your order of wings or all-you-can-eat wings and boneless wings for only $14.95. Bottlenecks wings are voted best wings in the area year after year.
Here's tonight's Talk of the Town. There'll be a pancake and sausage breakfast by the McAdoo Boy Scout Troop 643, Sunday, April 17th at 8 a.m. to noon at the former McAdoo Catholic School. $6 for adults and $4 for children under 12. The 2016 Blue Mountain Middle School presents Guys and Dolls, April 22nd and 23rd at 7:30 p.m. and April 24th at 2 p.m. in the BMMS Auditorium. General admission is only $5. For more information, call 570-366-0546. Finally, Holy Family Academy will be holding a designer purse bingo featuring Michael Kors, Kate Spade, and Coach. Sunday, April 24th. Doors open at 1:30 p.m. starting at 2 p.m. Located at Holy Family Academy in Hazleton. Tickets are $20 in advance and $25 at the door. For more information, call 570-233-4898. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. FYI News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Joseph Hudock III of Whitehaven. The funeral will be held Thursday at 9:30 a.m. at the Lehman Family Funeral Home. Mass is at 10 a.m. at St. Patrick's Church. Interment will follow at St. Patrick's Cemetery with full military honors. Friends may call Wednesday from 4 to 7 p.m. Mary V. Huff of Hazleton. A Mass of Christian burial will be held 11 a.m. at Most Precious Blood Parish. Interment will follow at the MPB Cemetery. The funeral home in charge of arrangements. Friends may call from 10 to 11 a.m. at the church. Mary Beth Miorelli of Cunningham. A Mass of Christian burial will be held Thursday at 11 a.m. at St. John Bosco Parish. Interment will follow at the Calvary Cemetery in Drums. The family will receive friends at the church from 9 to 11 a.m. And Francis L. Hawk of Hazleton. Private services will be held at the family's convenience under the direction of the Firo Funeral Home. Attention pay-per-view subscribers. If you see your name now on Channel 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Tonight's winner is Walter Pulowski of West Hazleton. Walter, give us a call, 570-455-7267, extension 104 to win your free movie.
A Detroit Tigers fan was busier than some of the actual position players on Monday. 39-year-old Bill Duggan grabbed 4 foul balls during the game, and he caught a ball during batting practice. The season ticket holder gave all 5 balls away to children near his seat. Duggan says he has hundreds of balls at home that he's caught at games, and that his record is catching 8 in one day, 4 at BP and 4 during the game. This story comes from the Detroit Free Press. We'll catch an all-new FYI tomorrow. There's a new Out of Left Field on SSP TV right now, a new Girls, and a new Wild Bout Hunt. A lot of new. We'll see you again tomorrow. Take it easy, everyone.